All right, traders, how y'all doing? Welcome in. Trav here, getting ready. I've got to leave in 20 minutes for an all-day hiking adventure tour, and I will not be back online for 12 hours plus another like 18 hours, a day and a half. So we are where we are, and we're gonna go and make sure whatever orders I have are set. So I was on yesterday afternoon, and I'm just logging in. So we're going to do this quickly and efficiently. We see gold is up slightly, silver down. We have a red day on the stock markets, and we also have a red day across um, crypto. And one thing that I had pointed out before is anytime one of the majors gives a sell signal, yeah, why, which is, by the way, why didn't I sell BNB? I noted it in the last video and I didn't sell it. Huh, that's a fallacy. If you watched yesterday's video, I was like, BNB is giving a sell signal. The last time BNB gave a sell signal, it marked a major move down in the market. So interesting, actually, that I missed. Um, Yesterday would have been the day before. No, either of the last 2 days. Actually, I could have. I want to look at what it would have looked like. I mean, it wouldn't be doing anything crazy. Maybe something like this. Yeah, I mean, that'd be pretty good, right? Be running it over an R. Interesting how I missed that. Weird. I mean, I didn't miss it. I called it out, but I didn't even consider trading it. So weird. ETH down, XRP, others, dominance is up. So I am in a short on Near, but it's not really doing too much. I guess I'm glad that I did not. Okay. At least I didn't panic exit. Or I had considered, yeah, I logged in right at the highest point and considered exiting, and it's been down. Some of the other ones, Popcat might be interesting for a short. I want to see. Stacks might be interesting for a short. Um, we've had a pretty insane run. Now, I will say, this buy I really like. The buy that I'm in is a little bit risky, but and it was somewhat of a chase. I am still expecting um, higher prices and at least to take this high. So I'm looking for a move up to here or to here and then but I definitely want to buy a move down into this area. So I'm gonna leave that for sure. And also I'm gonna check my positions, make sure everything looks good, that I was filled. I should be in two losing trades right now. The local Bitcoin long. Yep, and the local near long, which is it's all good. For me right now, it's more about getting back into extreme professionalism and following my rules, which is very simple. Just limit in, limit out. Always use a stop loss. As always, we're gonna go under the hood now, and um, we're gonna look at some advanced order flow to get an idea. I don't use Twitter anymore for this. I don't use Discord for this. Um, I only use. I want to look at Popcat also. And BNB. Okay. I only use the actual order flow because otherwise it can be deceiving. Yeah, I definitely feel like it was an error not trading, or not even, I don't know if it was an error to trade, not trade BNB, but I didn't even look. Um, already have that. Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering what went wrong in my brain that I didn't even consider trading it. Even though I pointed it out. Aggregate open interest. I already have that. Yeah, CBD. Right. So let's start with Bitcoin. Um, I mean, it's for sure sort of a dangerous place to be long. We are seeing open interest is super pumped up, right? I gotta be quick because I need to get out of here soon. The funding rate has come down quite a bit. It's not negative, but I'm not convinced it needs to go negative for price to advance anymore. But we have seen locally CBD selling a little bit, leading to this move. Um, well, open interest is pretty elevated, so it's definitely possible for a nuke, but I want to leave this. I'm gonna leave this position alone at the least, where we've come in. So I'm gonna leave that alone, and I still like this area for lower. I still think this has all the markings of a bottom. Reminds me so much of last time, last year around these times, and I like what CVD has done, even if it hasn't been great in the last hour. So I'm gonna leave this one alone, but I'm also leaving these. This is the position that I'm more interested in. And ETH looks like it could potentially fill that as well, come back and fill that as well. So I'm gonna wait for that on ETH and see. It looks like, to me, this is a great place to buy. It looks good. Of course, we could just puke down and lose it, but it looks like a great place to try. So let's go ahead and look at ETH. So for what I'm seeing on ETH, yeah, funding is a little bit up. Funding is hot up here, so it's possible we could have a significant nuke. This was such a good buying opportunity right here, which I did do actually. I just didn't hold it for very far, so that seems like a mistake. That was also a mistake, but it wasn't really planned. But I could have done a better job of planning and coming in with limits here, because this was also a great chart place to buy where we have a weekly low and into a 1 hour fair value gap and we swept it after forming kind of a range. So it made a lot of sense for that to be a good place to be a buyer. But I closed it after a small pop and I could have held it for something significant. So there's an error there. If we look at ETH, I still like what Spot is doing. Is Spot's supporting this price somewhat, so I'm still okay with trying here, so I'm gonna leave that alone. If we look at near, um, I kind of like what I'm seeing with near, in that the funding is quite high, and um, yeah, I mean Spot has supported this for sure, so it's probably not the best, but I'm not gonna close out of it when the market's looking like this. Now BNB, yeah, I mean BNB looked pretty decent, I guess, but it doesn't look so amazing, honestly. It's again, this has been spot pressure buying, pushing the price up, and this there was a push up from futures at the high, and then kind of sold off, right? So funding has come down. So I feel okay. Well, I mean it's too late at this point, anyways, because it's moved. I missed the trade, which is fine. But I mean, the best I would do, I would probably break even it or something like that. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense falling in here that I would actually come back to one of these lower levels now, possibly, but we got to see what Bitcoin wants to do. which feels like dumping. I kind of wish my near long was bigger, but we can look at Popcat because Popcat also has come up. Oops, Popcat has come up as a possibility here. So let's go take a look at Popcat, which I kind of like putting some risk on. Yeah, spot selling, perps up. It's these are the things that I want to see. Uh, I just need to see positive funding rate, which we have. So yeah, spot has been selling up here. Perps pushing higher, open interest pushing higher. So the question is, do I want to limit short or do I want to just jam it? And do I want to, I like using this day as the high. We can do it. This to me, so do have an exception of MTP. This is an MTP trade or something close to it. I would aim down here at the least. Okay, let me think about how to do this. Yeah, it looks about right in terms of ATR and everything. Um, let's do it. So I'm selling at $1 and I am going to market rather than limit. It's moving in a very efficient way. So this is going to be my only trade. I'm going to add this Popcat. Okay, also 925. 24, 9, 25, 24. So I have Bitcoin open on a long. Entry model was a limit in 1 hour gap. Confluence was time frame bottom print. Problems, positive funding, market greedy. Definitely FOMO chasing. For Popcat, not that this is a perfect trade, but I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with it. Let me get in there while I can. Let's look, Popcat. How much margin do I have? Um, why do I say I don't see anything wrong with it? CBD is basically has everything that I want to see. So let's see what's the max short we can take with our risk. I'm gonna open 1.08. I'll put the stop at. I want it just before the high actually. That's always a good idea. 1.07. It came in as a limit. No? Am I in or what? Yeah. 1.07 is my stop. 2,500. I want a bigger position to make up for Bitcoin being a potential loser. 500. Yeah, let's just jam them. Still not as much risk as. Okay, so 1.07 is my stop. That's fine. And I'm going to target this area right here, which is 0.81. Okay, let's do that. So I would say the only problem is early, early. But I feel like the emotion is I feel prepared and it looks good. I don't know that it's gonna work, but it has everything that I want, right? CBD selling, perp buying, open interest up. It has everything, and also major, major BNB fail is also Confluence. So that's gonna be it for today. I'm about to log off. I don't know that this will work, but it's a trade that's fits my criteria, and I'm just gonna leave it alone now and not look till tomorrow. I do not like the Bitcoin trade, but I did what I did, and I'm not gonna cancel it. It's too important for me. It's too important for me to. I just wish I had sized it smaller. It was kind of greedy. All that said, we also created a fair value gap and failed in there. I mean, if I'm following my rules, I want to close this. Sorry, if I wasn't following my rules, I'd close it and I'd maybe save a bunch of money, but I'm gonna leave it alone because I think it's too important to follow my rules. So we'll see what happens. Um, ETH feels like at the minimum needs to come down and fill this, poke into this, but yeah, it's all good. I want to risk a little more on Popcat even um, because of the Bitcoin situation, 7%. So I can risk a little bit more. 3,000. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. So let's log off and do the thing and see what happens. Uh, Checks all the boxes, so it's not even a huge risk I took, but why risk it really small? Especially if I'm have an inversely correlated trade that I don't love right now. I guess what I wanted to see for this was it to front run this, come back, and then yeah, I want to see it take this high. But this definitely seems like a good place to not try to hold for like much higher. But trying to trade it to here seems pretty reasonable, which is what my TP is. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of foolish to just give this up and try to be under here. But it's what I chose to do. All right, happy trading, folks. Much love. I'm off on an adventure.